Anyways, but basically, my boss ended up looking at me and she said, "You're going to be driving him to a family meeting alone,
Oh,
just you
wow.
and him, for that entire ride." And I told her I don't think I can do that because I feel like, and then she cut me off and said, "It doesn't matter. You're going to do that because I need you to be able to trust him." Well, the next day comes around. I'm stressed like a motherfucker because I had been working overnights upon overnights, which was basically you spending the early AM hours to early PM hours awake. So I was working 16-hour shifts. We're talking
Wow.
3 PM to 7 AM shifts.
How are you able to maintain that?
Kind of round, bro.
How? Oh fuck! Coffee. Oh my god! Oh my god! So much coffee.
Isn't
Holy
it
shit!
illegal, though,
Like
to work
I would
more than
eat.
12 hours a day?
No. What is illegal is if you work 16 hours a day and don't have an 8-hour break in between. At least in New York. Yeah, no, if you are if you're in New York, you can legally force your or ask your workers to work 16 hours, take a minimum 8-hour rest, and then come back in and work another 16 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, no. So yeah, no, I drank easily 5 to like 8 cups of coffee a night.
Wow.
I even missed, God, last year was the year that I worked. I missed Thanksgiving. I missed 4th of July just barely. I missed Christmas, and I was working the night of New Year's Eve. I was allowed to at least watch the ball drop, so there was that. Anyways,
Did you at least get
back to the main.
Oh, hell no.
Ha! You only know. I don't even want to think of. Ugh. Anyways, but yeah, so the day of me bringing him to his family meeting, it is. I'm stressed out. I'm exhausted. I had just finished the med pour, and I was tasked to assist him in the bathroom because he needs assistance in the bathroom. The way the system was worked was he had a shower chair that he would stand out of his wheelchair, and then pull the wheelchair out, push the shower chair under him, have him sit. The way it was set up in the bathroom was the only way to access his right side was in between a very tight spot between the toilet and where he would sit. And I remember that night he was parked particularly close to the toilet, and I had to basically like very tightly squeeze in between. And he had his undergarments down and his pants down, and I was assisting with getting his attends, which is an adult diaper, off, and I had just finished unbuckling the things, and he looked up at me, and he said, "Hey, my name." Do you, and I remember this phrase because of the way that he spelled it, and it is spelled wrong. I don't know if he did it on purpose or not. But he looked up at me, and he said, "Hey, my name, do you know what sodomy is?" And he proceeded to say SODOMEY. And, like, that was when my face was not literally in front of it, but, like, it was relatively close to his genitalia because I had to pull his tens off. And I saw his member, and I don't know if I'm misremembering or not, but I swear I saw that area activate. And all I did was I immediately stepped back, threw my head up. I almost bumped myself into the toilet, because it was such a tight spot. I remember telling him, "Hey, you can't speak like that." And I walked around and I said, "Hold on, I almost tripped. I need to fix my shoe." And I cracked open the door, leaned down. I was stifling back tears and shit. And I remember seeing my coworker coming around. And the thing is, I was expecting assistance from one of my coworkers to come in, and they had not been in the room for like 5 minutes at all. They went to the other end of the house for something else. I think it was important. I can't really recall. And I was doing my shoe, and I saw one of my coworkers, and I saw her, and I was like, hey,
What?
can you help with him for a second? I gotta take care of something. And they were like, oh, sure, okay.
Well, okay, so you
Walked
see me-
in. I ran to his room, which was like
so you
really
know how
close to the
open my-
bathroom,
My mask goes up.
and I just broke down. I
Eyes turn
don't
red.
remember breaking down like that,
Ooh, that shit kinda lit.
like, in a, in a long fucking time.
Off, my eyes go red.
And
Yeah.
like this was a straw on the camel's back moment. I just couldn't take it anymore, because in prior as well, I was dealing with 8 months of someone else in the house constantly screaming. So constantly screaming, 16-hour shifts, day in, day out,
Kinda fits me though, like
fucking only 8 hours of rest, which was only like 6 hours, or no, 5 hours if you really, really counted it, because the time to get home, and then sleep, and then get up an hour for work.
No, my main skin.
And like one of my coworkers, because I don't know how long I was in that room. I can't tell you how long I was crying. It could have been 30 seconds. It could have been fucking 10 minutes. I can't tell you. But what I can tell you is when I was walking out, I was just barely able to control myself. One of my coworkers found me, and they were like, why, what the fuck are you doing? What are you crying for? And I explained to them the situation. And
That just lit as hell.
they basically told me, okay, walk out, we'll take care of this. He got a scolding, as much as you can scold a fucking nearly 70-year-old man. And I remember the cold air on my face, and as I was sitting there crying, I knew I don't drink. I never drink, I don't like drinking. I don't like being inebriated. I don't like my brain being addled. It's already addled enough. And I remember standing there thinking, when I get home, I'm going to have a shot of scotch.
So.
And I drove down the road at a unreasonable speed. Don't be like me. I drove at a very, very unreasonable speed home. Look, no cops are around, thank God. And I walked in. I walked to the closet. I grabbed the scotch, popped it open, poured a shot, and I just found it. And I told myself, before I drank it, this is not the solution. This is just, you can get to sleep tonight. You know what the solution is. And then the next day, after all of that, I said to my boss, and I placed down on the table a piece of paper, and I said, I'm putting in my 2 weeks. That's it. I'm not dealing with it. I signed up to work there to deal with people who are angry, to deal with people who will hurt you, to deal with medical injuries, to deal with assisting in emergencies at the risk of your own life, which has happened a few times. I did not sign up to have that happen, to be sexually harassed for about over a year.
I'm a little way too pink though.
And so when you asked me about if it's sexist, I think, so what happened is when I finished my 2 weeks, I went in for an interview with HR because they have to do a closing interview. And I remember going in there, and he was like, okay, so what's going on? So why are you quitting? Because I'd like to know. And I told him the story, and I explained to him, and he like stopped me midway through, and he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. He looked to the window, and he closed it. He fucking closed the window, and he was like, you know, this is some serious shit. Why haven't I heard about this?
Oh, what?
And we talked about it. Yeah, HR didn't hear a single fucking thing.
Damn.
Nobody in the higher-ups heard a single fucking thing about any of it. Up until, with the exception of Abby. One of my coworkers, the one that had her tits touched. And Or was it Abigail? I don't remember. Anyways, I ended up fucking, I told him, I finished the tale, and he basically looked at me and he said, "You're going to keep this confidential, you're going to keep this quiet, but I want you to send every single report, every piece of documentation, so I can look it over, and we are going to be doing an official investigation on this."
Dang.
And I remember telling him, as I was leaving, listen, just don't let anything else come to the other people in the house, because the other people in the house are fine individuals. But so it's not sexism, or at least if there is, it's not at the higher up, because the information never left the house. It never. So there's a massive underreporting problem, and I don't know if it was because I'm a dude, or if it's because they were hurting for staff, or what. But like, yeah, it was bad, and I don't work